like an efficiently valid combat style. So basically, you know, it wouldn't turn out like EOC is too much effort and Legacy is too easy. So you know, you wouldn't be swayed to use Legacy over EOC because it's a lot easier to use. You would sort of, you know, use both for whatever you, so EOC PVM kind of thing and Legacy Slayer or whatever, but you could use either each.
Who's it taking?
Basically, like, so will it get to a point where people say, is EOC not worth the effort? Kind of thing?
Are you talking about what's more efficient to use for a skill?
No, like just overall.
Yeah, well, it would be one for John, who's not here today. But basically, he's our like spreadsheet master, and he's the guy like deciding the DPM. Like, I think we've been talking about it a lot today. Is just the whole point of, like, you know exactly on the head there. Like the whole, we don't want Legacy to be the option just because you want to sit back. It should be that's your play style rather than that's what's efficient. Yeah. And the answer really is just making sure the beta goes smoothly and get the right number. But like at the moment, from what we've seen so far, I reckon it's probably a bit too low. And it probably, the Legacy one needs to be brought up a bit. And we're not trying to make EOC like worse for people who want to just sit back and relax. You know, ideally there's going to be a sweet spot between like Revolution with ability use, so to speak. I think that's what we're going to be aiming for. Yeah. But it's not a binary answer right now. I think it's one of those things we just have to just find that.
I think we spoke earlier about it, didn't we? And we said that EOC would be obviously slightly better for PVM and things like that because of the effort that you put into it, but overall. Yeah,
exactly.
So the second one is it possible to make defenders a relevant item again? If not, due to them being a lower tier item, would you be able to release high level versions that work in a similar way? And will all the items be returned to their former glory, such as prayer books, which have kind of lost their use after EOC?
So with defenders in the beta right now, I've added an effect to them. So there's a chance to reduce damage by 50 to 100%, and for the next attack you have increased accuracy. So that should already be in, and hopefully people find a use for that. And if they do find it useful, maybe we can increase higher tier defenders in the future updates.
So presumably the higher tier defenders have a higher chance of doing that, right?
They would have higher stats probably,
yeah,
but the same chance of doing it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
For things like drug bugs, yeah, they're probably not as useful anymore, and we might need to revisit them and see what we can do to make them more relevant to the current game. See what we can do there.
Thank you. So will Legacy be possible with Legacy mode? Hybrid be possible with
Legacy will be possible with Legacy.
That's a winner there.
That was the joke. Yeah, so will hybrid be possible in Legacy mode, basically?
Yeah, I think we're aiming for it. We definitely want to support sort of hybrid if possible, and the specialist classes like APUs and stuff like that. We have noticed a few issues raised by you guys as well with the sort of when you're doing a weapon switch, trying to activate that special. There's a delay on it now. I think it's far too long, you know, to get that sort of potency and the surprise attack that the guys are looking for from the sort of their PK spike damage. So I definitely think we're planning to support them at the moment.
Yeah, and John's working hard on like the 8-way switch. You know, he's tweeting about it one moment.
So is it possible to have the old combat animations with old weapons? Like, I mean, we've kind of got the AGS and the Dragon Claws. I think they mean like, you know,
do you mean like the stances?
Yeah, the stances like with the gods on you sort of used to hold them up.
Stances is a crazy one because they've got, the guys are more technical than me, but so correct me if I'm wrong, but we've changed the character rig for the animations. So to go back, we would need to do, and our animations, it takes some time to do. I don't think we do it. If they're like now, I don't know whether this is a nostalgia thing and people just want that look and that feel, but if there's a functional reason, or you guys are PKing and you're missing a key sort of feedback point from a spell, say for instance, I remember the Ancients, I think they're the ones that flung your hands up in the air. If they're currently not in there, that would be something I think we should update, you know, so that you guys know what spell's coming, where it's going to come and hit you from as well, I think are key things. And if the changes are for that, I think we would consider them and probably put a hell of a lot of time and effort to get that in, because that's what it's about the feedback to the user. But if it is just purely so I can have the shonky looking spell, like, you know, I don't think we would spend that much time, because that could cost a serious amount of updates, do you know what I mean, because the animation time involved in there. So
it's prioritising basically. So.
Going into technicalities a little bit more as well is a lot of the stuff at the moment we have like server and client, and a lot of stuff is based on the client at the moment. So like if you're in Legacy mode, that's you, that's how your computer is rendering it for you. If I'm in RS3, I'm rendering it in like the new interface system and stuff. When it comes to like your character rig and stuff, that is more like, it's a lot trickier, if not impossible at the moment, to actually render the player differently on like, the scale we're talking about. and the overhead would be massive, you know. And even if we were to be possible, graphics still like the game to look new.
Yeah.
So some things we have to, you know, I think we pitched that as a sort of, you've got legacy mode, but there is a combat update in there to make it look a bit nicer. And stuff like the animations, like the AGS, the Armored Gods, you know, stuff like that, we're paying homage, you know, and you should see those. You know,
That
later
wasn't
the ancient
updated,
spells.
wasn't it? The AGS we have updated, I believe.
Yeah, you move the
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
for the stance, but we're trying to make it feel, you know, when you look at it, it's like, oh, that's the AGS spec, you know,
It's
and that's.
just slightly more refined with the power that the engine and whatnot
Yeah.
can give us, you know.
Yeah. So the final question was, what impact will this have on development time? So wouldn't that be
Is a content manager?
I think so. I mean, there does come a slight cost in sort of the QA time, that sort of Harrison and these guys look after, because they will need to test this mode, you know, to make sure. But we're happy to sort of take that cost of development. This hasn't cost you updates, like I was saying earlier on the stream. These guys, the ninjas of the Barrows brothers, as they're now being called, they're really
that
getting.
become a thing.
It's really cool.
Today.
Well, it's yesterday we can't have it, but yeah. They're really good, and like I say, Chris has been doing timers, his team, they're working, little sub-teams are working on the new boss. This hasn't had an impact to that, should be still getting that for the summer and stuff, so there's some really cool stuff. This hasn't cost you no big updates at all. So.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.